ONTARI. ONTARI, you are not alone. I am the previous mythical warrior leader, Slayer. So, you know my story. That's enough, ONTARI. You don't have to impress me, I understand. Has anyone tell you that your true powers come from your feelings? Think about the time when you feel something either happy or sad, then create a spirit. It looks just like one of the good mythical warriors, Phantom. Oh yes, he's so determined for the quest we sent him to defeat the bad mythical warriors once and for all, and to get vengeance for his dad and stop them for growing more power. He cares a lot about the mythical warriors and the people he loves. Don't worry, we all understand what pain feels like. And in order to make my point and message more influencing to you, I gathered multiple people to help you with your feelings. Yes, because they will be important for another task. Now open your eyes, ears, and mind, cause if they're going to let a teenager be your boss, you have to learn how to control your feelings. So, are you ready?
Ow! Jeez, what was that for?
It doesn't matter. It's in the past.
Yeah, but it still hurts.
Oh, yes, the past can hurt. But the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Ah! You see?
I truly believe that we need to think about our gifts all the time. Because if you don't even acknowledge it and think about it, how can you grow it and expand it? Because like I said, our gifts are meant to be shared with other people. And we can bless the lives of so many people if we just acknowledge it. Because when you do acknowledge it, you tend to think about it more. And once you start thinking about it, it lays the ground for you to cultivate it and to really work on it and to make it even better as time goes on.
We can have beliefs about what they might mean about us, and yet that doesn't stop the fact that they're happening inside us. So what do? Well, if we want to do something about it and we want to actually make changes and we want to think something different, or we want to feel something different in our lives, or we want to start believing something that is more useful to us, we actually have to start by acknowledging the thoughts and the feelings that have been freaking us out. And some of them aren't nice. Some of them are freaky. Once again, though, they're just thoughts. I was told an analogy once, and it kind of works really well, is that if you think of a glass of champagne and it's got billions of little bubbles that seem to come out of nowhere and they float up through the champagne and then they sit on the top for a moment and then go and they disappear. That's thoughts. So by the time we're aware of it, it's sitting on the surface of our awareness or our consciousness. It's already gone through the whole body, it's done all its stuff that it wants to do. But what we do is then we try chasing the burst bubble. We go, oh, there's the bubble and there's the thought and blah, 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 and we make a whole bunch of meaning out of it. What we need to just do is acknowledge, well, that's that thought. Once we do that, and we acknowledge that we're thinking it and it's happening inside us, we can then go to the next step of making some changes if we choose to. And yet we have to start by acknowledging. If we don't, we push it down, which means we repress, which means we start feeling sick. So, what am I thinking? What am I feeling? What are those beliefs that I'm having that don't work for me? Acknowledge them. You don't have to accept them straight away, just acknowledge them. Notice what happens.
Revenge. is actually not taking any revenge at all. It's not even holding on to any anger at all. It's moving on with your life. It's showing them that life is so much better after they're gone.
It's easy to blame those that have wronged us for just about everything that is wrong with our life. If it wasn't for them, I would be happy. If it wasn't for them, I would have more money. If they didn't do this, I would be where I want to be. Most people get so caught up in blaming, they continue to blame and sabotage their own life long after the person is gone from their life. Most people hold on to the blame because it's easier than moving on.
Having an excuse or a story of why they aren't where they want to be gets them sympathy from others. The victim role gives them comfort, and it is much easier than taking responsibility and moving on with their life. However, it is not, and will never be, a happy place to stay. Those who take responsibility for their life and are wanting to move on and put the past behind them are much more likely to gain freedom, success, and happiness. Now, this does not mean there aren't horrible people in the world that have done wrong by others. It is not condoning others' behavior. It is taking back the power they have from you when you are the one suffering long after they are gone. Who wins if you keep blaming them? Who wins if you move on, forget about them, and create the best life and success you could ever imagine? Who wins if you move on? Who wins if you forget about them? Who wins if you create your best ever life, full of success and abundance? You win!
Take back your power. Blame them for what they have done, but don't blame them for what you haven't done. Blame them for what they've done, but bless them for making you stronger, for making you better. Blame them for what they've done, but thank them for showing you exactly what you don't want. You can blame the world for bringing them into your life, but then get grateful for all the lessons it taught you, all the strength it gave you, all the perspective it gave you. Know in your heart, if they knew better, they would do better. Know in your heart, you don't need to take on any other negative energy.
How good does it feel to take that baggage off your shoulders, to focus on building your future? What a blessing. Let go. Move forward. Never look back.
The best revenge is not taking any revenge. It is simply moving on with your life, creating the best version of yourself.
ONTARI, you are full of happiness but holding on to that grudge isn't going. You probably don't know this, but after I died, I apologized to Iceman. It takes knowledge and self-recognition. Well, yes, I care all about the mythical warriors, including you. Even though some people can be jerks, you're the one who's supposed to move on. Now stand up and tell me honestly, which one of the dark spirits do you feel the strongest connection? As a sort of Galapagos tortoise once said.
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
So come on and don't hold on to the past. Now, final question. Which one of the dark spirits will you want to disappear? Now, what are you gonna do? Yes, but we're all not saints here. And you shouldn't be the only one apologizing here. Just checking. Now it's time for you to go back to headquarters. You are very welcome, ONTARI. And I bless that you, the other mythical warriors, and everyone do the right thing.
trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith would be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Lead me where my trust is with